Hello, I'm Ken Edgar, Overseas Director for Rowlinson. We are suppliers of school uniform, primarily to the UK market. And my responsibility, based full-time in Asia, is the managing of our global supply chain. I'd like to start today by just saying that at Rowlinson's, we're always guided by our values of trust and care. And that applies to all we work with and with whatever challenges we may face. How has Covid-19 affected our operations? Well, the temporary closure of all the UK independent retailers, our customers, has of course impacted us in obvious ways. Receiving delayed payments for goods already delivered, not able to deliver goods that we already have in our UK operation, along with a lot of other, I'm sure, common problems that many businesses have faced, have presented us with various challenges. Some of those biggest challenges and barriers have probably been within the supply chain, where we've seen extended lockdowns with operations and factories worldwide, causing delays in receiving goods. And then coupled with that, of course, has been the restriction on transportation capacities, shipping, and the difficulties that has brought to it as well. So what are we doing to try and mitigate and protect our workers? Well, in the UK, we've had pay cuts for all our management team extended to the end of the year, and this enables us really to ensure that all furloughed colleagues have been able to be paid 90% of their normal salary throughout this period. We've also ensured that there's been extra care for those most vulnerable, and our colleagues that use public transport or have additional caring duties for childcare, we've also been able to support as well. Total flexibility on a return to work, less working hours, different time slots, working from home wherever possible, and also weekly one-to-one calls with all our colleagues to show the support and care that we have. Weekly video updates from leadership about what is happening and what's going to happen next have been very helpful and very useful to all our colleagues. Video run-throughs and quizzes to make sure that when we return to work, it makes it easier and safer, and people have a better understanding of what to do in that return to work period. We've also purchased over 200,000 disposable face masks in 2 sizes, children's and adults, which we're now providing to our customers and also using for our colleagues in the workplace, just to show our additional appreciation. And within our supply chain specifically, all suppliers are paid in full, on time, and no cancelled orders. We've always operated that way, and we always will operate that way. It's the only way to be, in reflection of our strategic core values that we hold dear. Support for our largest Tier 1 supplier in Bangladesh by providing financial assistance in the installation of plastic screening barriers to make that return to work for the colleagues in Bangladesh safer in the environment that they're now finding themselves faced with. Weekly Zoom sessions with all Tier 1 suppliers, management and ownership, to exchange best practices and show our continued support. We've also provided on-site medical support with our Egyptian Tier 1 supplier, where there's been worryingly no lockdown at all during this period, bringing in qualified medical staff to educate workers on safe hygiene practices, the symptoms of Covid-19, and this work continues to this day weekly. And with free hand sanitizer and face masks being provided to the workers as well. We're also contributing to our communities by engaging in webinar panelist work, return to work, inequality, fairness and flexible work, as well as being involved with B Corp presentations, are just some of the things that we've been doing in that area. If I think about ETI and what have they been doing to help us, ETI has been very supportive with lots of great information on their website, but particularly also for me offering that expert guidance, the network opportunities through the meetings and webinars. And I would probably hold in high regard 2 particular examples. One would be the great work that my calendar has done on organising and running the SME discussion groups. Great networking opportunities and great openness and transparency from everybody involved in those sessions. It's been really good. And of course, our purchasing of the face masks, an area that we know very little about, But thanks to the webinar organised by Owen Johnston at ETI, that kind of beginner's introduction to purchasing and understanding more about PPE has been very, very useful to us in helping to assist in the purchase of those goods. What have we learned from this process? If there was one or two big takeaways to take, stick to your core strategic values. For us, trust and care. It means that we'll always succeed. We've been guided by those principles for so many years now, and it's helped to steer us through whatever challenges we may face. I think about not just the current situation that we find ourselves in, but in the past as well. When you look at Rana Plaza in Bangladesh, a terrible, terrible incident that occurred there. And we were on the ground within 2 days of that happening, showing our true care and trust to our colleagues in Bangladesh and the hard work that our suppliers give. And that's allowed us to get through and will continue to help us get through these very challenging times, applying that high level of care and actions in whatever we do, pushing forward to be a force for good. That's what it's all about, isn't it? How do we think that COVID-19 is going to change the way we work in the future going forward? It's difficult to ascertain and to measure that, but we just stick to those fundamentals. I mean, our sector is very specialized, it's quite unique in its operations, and we're a small operation. It allows us to be very flexible and change rapidly. But we're already seeing great support within the industry, the resilience from our colleagues and our business, and working through these challenges to a successful conclusion is already starting to show itself now as our customers begin to open up and as our own UK operations and tier 1 suppliers are beginning to return to work. But at Rowlinson, we always aim to just be the same, to trust, to care, and to always strive to be better. And I believe that companies will be defined on how they have acted during this pandemic crisis. And we are proud of our ethical approach to all our stakeholders. Thank you.